Yes, with your chopsticks and boxing gloves.
Yeah, so it's like trying to pick fly shit out of pepper with boxing gloves on. It's damn near impossible. But I
can totally picture him doing that too.
Well, you know.
Yeah. I predicted, we talked earlier today, I predict that sometime within the next few weeks you're going to start hearing on the news that someone got accosted or assaulted at a grocery store or somewhere where that's still open, because 90% of people are still abiding by social etiquette and understanding how to operate, but it's those 10% of entitled jackasses out there at the grocery store. I was leaning over a shelf to try to get some tuna. I was looking to find which tuna I wanted, and some guy literally came right up and kind of leaned over me and goes, "Oh, sorry, just be right out of here," and grabbed himself a can of tuna and walked away.
That was for the tuna, right, Todd?
It was Glory something brand tuna. It was
yeah,
pretty.
Where were you shot? Blue Oyster?
Do. What movie was that from? Police Academy?
Police Academy, yes.
Police Academy.
Oh my God! How many people in the live chat actually remember Police Academy as a?
Like Josh didn't get that. Josh was like 5.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember that.
Good.
It's true.
Oh.
It's also on Netflix right now, by the way.
Okay, good. And I have
Police
to remember
Academy.
to look at the camera and not try to make eye contact with the screen.
Yeah, it's rather creepy.
Camera.
My parents own a bulk food store, and the Shoppers Drug Mart yesterday legit had a fight, so they now have full-time security out front of the store.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it was over a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Was it the good kind though?
Maybe it was some of that Mill Street organic stuff. I don't know.
A lot of the breweries are making hand sanitizer right now. They've ramped up to I guess not that many people are drinking, and they're trying to do their part. So a lot of the local breweries have ramped up and are making hand sanitizer and things like that. So it's quite fantastic. Good for community sort of coming together around all this.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of initiatives to make masks, because there's a shortage of actual masks. So you have little sewing groups and everybody who has the ability to do it. So it really speaks to really community involvement. So people who've been really disconnected are now championing a cause and getting together with their skills and abilities to make sure we all get through this together. So I'm hoping, and the reason why you guys have tuned in this evening is because it's a paintball show. I'm hoping this whole community spirit moves forward to the paintball fields and the local shops as well, because we have to, rebuild essentially and help support those who have supported us over the last number of years. So remember that when the world returns to normal, to help the little guys, the little fields, and make sure you're playing a lot more this year than you have in previous years.
Yeah.
We had an initiative. We'll have some more initiatives to, hopefully be able to drum up a little bit of resources with memberships, or some of our registrations will go live for our big games, which will be held well into the future. So hopefully we can get some pre-bookings, because we just come off a long winter. So it everybody, regardless of what business you're in, are quite tapped.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I've been supporting many online paintball stores, like stores that I know are actual stores, like Flag Redders, just sourcing out parts to spruce up and fix up and update, and even in some cases upgrade some of my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we would talk about this. Everybody's itching to get out and play, right? Well, itching to get back to life in general. If you're a paintball player and your gear is not finely tuned and ready to go right now, there's a problem with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're officially not a paintball player if you're sitting there with 10 broken markers sitting in your shed.
Yeah.
I have multiple gear bags packed currently, waiting for the go signal, right? For the smoke to be pumped and just to get the games going right now. So if you have not had multiple bags on the go, ding! It's really, really, really important that you get ready to go. So that first weekend out is going to be insane, I'm telling you.
Hopefully they'll be busy, because people will have wanted to get out and do some playing. But yeah, Reaper had a good sort of meme if you're not ready to go.
Just watching the live chat, we had an issue with the sound. Please give me a thumbs up if it sounds good right now. I did see it, and I believe it's fixed now. So, but sorry, Josh, I cut you off.
I am overly concerned with the amount of large quantity of exercise that Wolf is currently getting, I'm afraid at the next season he might be just a little too much.
He's going to come out all jacked. Yeah.
Tons of press ups and running on the treadmill with his marker and vest on, and yeah, it's good. If he's not ready to go, we got problems.
Good.
Am I the only person that's not in training right now, other than just drinking and eating fast food?
I went for a walk today.
Yeah.
Good
My
for you.
wife, we 2.5 kilometers.
My
Wow, that's pretty much more than I've ever gotten in my whole life. Getting off the couch to
It's
the
a solid walk. And our average kilometer was 9.49. That's pretty fast. That's a fast pace.
my wife and I,
For a walk.
we're not buying anything different or fancy, but we just seem to be preparing things more and spending more time on it. So we're eating better. The kids are also eating more meals at home and not on their way to dance every day. And, because of that, not going to like a Wendy's or something. So I think everyone's going to be a little bit healthier for that. But, our routine certainly changed. That's for sure.
I know at my house I'm practicing nimble footwork around all the Lego that's been left out on the floor for the past 5 days. So I should be ready to go.
Lots of shrapnel Lego bits all over the floor. Let me tell you.
Yeah. The problem is too, like, this is great having all this time off. I like spending time with my family. I like being at home. I've gotten a lot done, but it feels to me like we're on holidays that we haven't paid for yet. Meaning, when this is all done, we're going to end up with some massive bill, and that's what I'm worried about. Loss of revenue, loss of income, no rent to pay, or no revenue for rent. So I'm worried about the end game, but for the 90% of the other time during the day, I'm not worried. I'm having a blast. My kids are home. I'm getting so much accomplished.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little stir crazy, particularly as the weather gets nicer too, right? If this was middle of February, I think it would have been far more tolerable. But the same sort of routine is really challenging. So that is why I'm excited for the green light to be lit up for us to get on the field and go back to life. And the reason why everybody's tuned in this evening is because we're all paintball enthusiasts, right? So whether you're a field owner, a field player, team, or whatever, it is really, really important that, again, we're ready to go, and hopefully some of our friends make it through this crunch with or without government support. But at the end of the day, when we're back on the field, and it's going to happen, make sure you are there as much as humanly possible that you can be able to play.
Yeah. Lee Williams is asking, he says, this COVID shit's really messing with us, right? Wherever you guys are, we are at the point, we're in Canada, we're in Ontario specifically, and right now we are, our premier just announced that we now can't have congregations bigger than 5 people. So I don't know if that means 5 people at a time in a grocery store now.
It's 5 people in front of your house or 5 people anywhere.
Yeah.
Place.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's getting really tight. We're all sort of self-quarantining right now. Only essential services are working right now or allowed out and about. We're only one step away from having either a curfew or having limited exposure to everybody.
They also shut down travel between province and province now, I believe, as well. Right?
I think it's shut down. So the Canadian border between the U.S. is closed, Mexican border, most international borders. Oh, great! Most international borders.
You can't get it through the screen.
I thought you could.
That we know of.
Articulate. It's like a 5D movie. Most international borders, and I believe provincial borders, are now closed. And I was just listening to reading something on CNN, and they want to close off New York City, parts of New Jersey, and Connecticut, because New York is like the epicenter of the outbreak, if you will. So.
Yeah.
So one of the things we talked about on the last show before we went on lockdown was that it's going to be really, really hard times for a number of people. So one of the initiatives I know that Flag Raiders does is the Food Bank Fridays, right, which supports our local food banks here, and that's not running right now. So we don't have paintball players going out and playing. We also don't have paintball players who are donating food to go out as well. So as people are now focused on themselves and sort of the survival, please consider those who are in need. So if you happen to be out and about and shopping and you need, please pick up an extra food item as well. Either put it in a hamper to donate to your local food bank or for a neighbor who might be in need as well. Remember, we are a community. We got to support ballers. We got to support everybody around us so that we have something to return to. So that is my pledge to you, or my appeal to you, is that think about those as well around you, and think about what you can do to help support them on a small initiative, like picking up an extra can of food or something.
Yeah. Laura, the Taco Queen, in the live chat puts air traffic controllers shutting down their towers, and controllers are getting sick. I've got an app on my phone that I've discovered about a month ago. I really enjoy. It's called Flight Tracker, and it shows every flight in the world that's in the air. That's because you have to register flight plans and all that nonsense, and you can actually click on each plane, find out where their destination is, what their altitude is, what their call sign is, all that sort of stuff. And I really found it fascinating over the last couple of weeks, finding it lesser and lesser and less planes on this app. And right now, if you were to scroll into Toronto, there'd probably be only 5 or 6 planes taking off, or at least in holding pattern. Most of them are FedEx. Other than that, it's you get like the odd plane from Calgary, but nothing cross-border anymore. It's I really want to drive by the airport just to see the planes on the ground. There's got to be just a plethora of planes just sitting there.
Wellington has 20 Sunwing jets parked there.
Wow. That's crazy. I should drive by and have a look at that. Wait, I have so much to do, I can't.
Correct. But we talk about supporting each other, whether that's through food, but also please, if you have the ability to, think about the local fields, if they're still open or online, and see what you can do to support them. Whether it's a gift certificate to a pro shop that you'll use later on, gift certificate to an actual field for paint, etc. Again, you want something to be able to return to. So how can you support the people that have been supporting us for the last 30 years at a time when we're all in need? So whatever you can do, support them, reach out, see what you can do, whether even if it is when you're socially distancing yourself, can you help out in a field and do some maintenance or cleanup or whatever, right? Because again, we're all in this together. So how can we support the people that support us all the year through the seasons, playing in the sport that we love? So what can we do both in our community, helping those who are disadvantaged, and our fields who are really feeling quite a pinch right now too? So let's get into this, the paintball players. Let's do it.
Lorenzo Wade says support your fields for sure.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm on the official mailing list for the Sean Riddle Throat Punch Emporium and Stinging Insect walkthrough. He has an official boycott and sanction page as well. I've been following those. We're very disappointed currently because all of our boycotts just aren't working.
Yeah. Here's a question for you guys. Are you on Facebook and Instagram more now that you're home, or less?
For hours.
Less, considerably less.
Gavin, what about you?
I mean, Josh, you have little people at home, and Todd as well. I have a medium person at home who is quite self-sufficient, so I'm spending a lot of time on social media, although I do have the privilege of working from home right now. But I've looked at, you get your screen time, your weekly screen time updates, and it has been quite significant increase because there's a lot of downtime in between working from home in the evenings. You're not doing anything other than rocking an ass groove on your couch, right?
Absolutely.
So what else do you do? And
before all this virus nonsense, my screen time, like I was priding myself on going down and down on screen time, but I also do a lot of my social media on the computer, so it's easier for me. But yeah, since this COVID nonsense, I seem to be on it more. But for me, it's YouTube. I spend way more time on YouTube than I have ever in the past, and I thought I got to the end of YouTube when they uploaded more videos. But yeah, that's where I'm spending my time.
That we were talking about when we were testing our software this evening. A lot of Netflix or Amazon or any of those streaming services as well. There's a lot of television or programming that I've watched that I would not normally watch. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiger King is a prime example of stuff that I shouldn't be watching, but I did.
Okay, Tiger King, I have yet to watch it. Everybody keeps talking about it. Is it really honestly worth it? I watch 45 minutes of a show every night. My wife and I try to sit down for 45 minutes and watch a show. Is it worth watching this, or should I just forego it? And be honest.
100%. nobody should be watching the show. 100%. Nobody should be watching it.
It's like a train wreck, and it gets weirder and weirder every second.
But I think because literally this will be one of the pinnacle moments of this whole quarantine, that North America has watched this train wreck unfold, that you can't not be a part of it, right? You have to watch it for the sake of this is a cultural phenomenon that you have to be a part of.
Okay, but I can not be a part of it. If it's that bad, do I, like, honest to God, should I watch it? Like, I don't care if I miss social, like in social circles when people make a reference to it and I miss it. I don't care about that.
Okay,
do I?
You know what? You have to take care of your children. I mean, and then the second on that layer is you have to watch Tiger King.
I think don't watch Laura in the chat did it the best. She says it's not worth it, but do it anyways.
Yes, precisely.
You don't have to watch sports on TV, but I think you need to watch Tiger King. You can probably get by and BS your way through conversations by not watching sports, which no one's watching anyway. But I think you need to really watch Tiger King. But it's neat because it's filmed over 5 or 6 years. So they started filming it 5 or 6 years, and they just wrapped it up like 2 months ago. So it progresses to like 2 months ago in December when he got whatever happened.
Well, yeah. And selfishly, Todd, what you need to watch is Intake Tips. He had a web TV show very similar to
like you.
So you can pick up some tips.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Darlene, nice to see you in the live chat. Hopefully we'll see you at the field this year. She says, did you not do your hair today? Nice hat. No, I did not. And I'll be honest with you, my hair is so grown out that I don't even like going in public anymore. But I can't see my hairdresser friend because he's not essential. If I take off my hat, you'd think he was. But no, I can't go see him for a while. So hopefully we'll see you there. Brett Mitchell in the live chat says he's been watching MASH again. I actually have thought, I know this would be a huge endeavor and there's no way I'd ever finish it, but I almost thought of watching Game of Thrones again. Because I get the plot, I know what's going to happen, but maybe I'll catch things that I missed in it before.
But there's so much more programming out right now.
Yeah, you don't need to watch that again. I didn't watch it the first time.
But Joe didn't watch it. Gavin, did you watch it?
Yeah, Game of Thrones, absolutely.
But would you watch it again?
I potentially, if the whole grid collapses, then I have
and you had it on VHS.
But there's so much more programming that is available to stream that, you know what, we can almost change the focus of the show if there's no paintball to Netflix or Amazon or whatever.
There's
streaming.
251 episodes of MASH.
Yeah.
Each one, how long is each one? Like a half an hour? No, they're 25. They're 25-minute episodes.
22 minutes because they had commercials in there, right?
Yeah,
but I guess with him watching MASH, it's probably like me thinking about Game of Thrones. I remember so many good scenes that I don't think I'd be able to rewatch it again, but I'm just thinking it was such a great show that maybe I'd be able to get through it again, but I don't know. I'm watching Chicago PD, and it's the most trite crap ever. But
fantastic.
But my wife enjoys it, and I like spending time with her, so that's what we watch every night. And it's painful, but I don't know. Maybe I'm going to try this tiger nonsense and see if it's.
I've stopped watching shows. I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I like that.
And I've now gone to movies. So the last few nights in a row, I watched John Wick 1, 2, and 3. Last night, I watched the original Judge Dredd, then watched the new one. So my wife informs me today that it's our anniversary. So apparently we're going to watch some tonight. So
happy anniversary, guys.
Happy anniversary.
All right, I will admit that I'm probably about 15, 20 minutes into Brewster's Millions. It was on Netflix.
I love that movie.
And I remember it being such a great movie, and I'll tell you, don't go back and watch it again. Let your memory think it's great because it's he is not a good actor. He's a great comedian. He's not a good actor, and it's terrible. John Candy's the only thing that kind of holds it together. Even at that, it's not all that great.
One of the chat, Devin Schwartz in the chat did mention something paintball related, so I'm grateful for that.
Thanks, Devin.
How dare you, Devin?
John Omadea, his paintball documentary is coming out April 20th, so I'm hoping that's still on online to come out at that date, because that is something I've been looking forward to for quite a while.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
the history of paintball.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. What about Lorenzo Wade said 1917 1917 he's been watching. Have any of you guys checked that out yet?
No, I haven't.
No,
Really?
there's so much
Not yet.
to watch.
But I thought you guys would all be into that. I'm really curious to see how they keep your interest because it's like a one camera constant shoot.
out?
But
Oh, I saw it at the Motion Picture Theater.
okay, was it good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it's how it ends is so anticlimactic. But it
Well,
was
we
okay.
won, didn't we?
We did, yes. we did.
we were part of it.
We were part of it behind the bunker.
Someone in the live chat, Zubrakais, said Letterkenny is solid. I would definitely tell that.
Schitt's Creek is good if you want some Canadian humor. Like
Yeah,
Mickey
Schitt's
Levy
Creek
and
is
his
good.
son are quite good.
And his daughter.
And his daughter, she's a
Oh,
waitress
I
as
didn't know
well.
that. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his
Well, you
But
didn't know
that's
Schitt's
just-
Creek?
But isn't
They
it?
just ended that.
Yeah,
They had the final of which is sad because I was really enjoying
But
that.
Schitt's Creek is the guy is Eyebrow's son, isn't it?
yes, Eugene
Yeah.
Levy
Yeah.
and Eugene Levy's
Okay.
son.
The
Okay.
waitress,
And his daughter's in it
waitress,
as well.
the waitress at the restaurant.
I didn't know
is
that was his daughter. Good for him.
Good.
Yeah.
With left eye.
No, the
correct.
waitress in the bar is his daughter.
Oh, I thought
The
it was
restaurant.
I thought you were referring to the blonde girl. Lisa Weaver said trains, planes, and automobiles. That's another good one. But again,
that's a holiday
yeah.
classic.
But
Yeah,
those
we watched
movies,
that.
I wish they would just take out the crap and just like abbreviate it to like 45 minutes of the best scenes. Because back in the 80s when they made movies, they were long and drawn out. Right now, they just move a lot faster.
Look at you, Mr. ADD. Just let the movie play out. These little
Well, listen to
quick-
you, Mr. 8-hour couch time.
You got somewhere to be?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Devin Schwartz says Letterkenny is hilarious. Jake Marino says Zubrike Ice. Is that how we pronounce it? Zubrike Ice? Pretty close. And then Need for Speed, says Lee Williams. Okay, we were talking about this before the show. God damn it. What's the movie we were talking about? Top Gun. The beach ball volleyball scene.
It's
Should have
coming out again.
Yeah, what song should it have had? It should have had the song between
No,
Dancing the
it
Street.
shouldn't have had.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have had any song at all because it shouldn't have been in the movie. It should have been its own separate movie that started off with all these guys.
You know
getting
that Tiger King
and then
made
no
like
one would know the
15
rest
albums?
You know, when I like to play volleyball, it is shirtless and in jeans.
Yes, that's true. With then take the
of it. Do
cowboy
you ride
boots
your motorbike home afterwards? Too?
Absolutely. And then it has to have a shower, and then apparently that's rude.
Lorenzo Wade has the comment of the evening. Oh, look, a kitty cat. Jason Bryant says, remember when Titanic came out on VHS? Yeah.
Both VHSs.
I remember going
Never
to...
seen that movie.
Really? Don't.
Panic?
Don't.
It was out of
For
protest.
you.
I've
Sinking.
never seen any piece of Titanic.
Really?
Originally, yeah, it was out of protest because of all the hype. And to this day, I will never. It's a stance I take. I'm a man
Good
of
for you.
integrity.
Yeah.
I'm a man of integrity, and I won't buckle.
And I gave you
So
a little
have
more
no
respect.
idea what "Draw Me Like One of Your French Girls" means. So you've been missing out on all those memes.
I have, and I don't know what happens to the ship. So please don't tell me.
Don't tell him.
Oh, I can tell you what happens to the ship.
I know you've seen it, but don't tell me.
Yeah. Ryan Knott
I
says
think
Lethal
James Cameron
Weapon.
found it.
What about Lethal
Now,
Weapon?
The show or the movies? Because the show was actually quite good too.
Oh, I didn't
What
see
do you
the
got
show,
there,
but
Gavin?
What I have where?
I bet it's not a Splatmaster repeat.
Is it?
Is that
Where?
not what you were trying to show at the bottom?
No,
of the screen?
man. I was trying to show this.
Or SMG?
No, this is the Mark One
Oh, Mark
Uzi.
One.
Oh, Mark
Uzi.
Uzi. Okay.
Meg got this for me a few years ago. This is the original gun that we. Let me back my computer up a little bit. This is the original gun we used, and it's pretty crazy. It's all plastic construction. I don't want to pump it because the pump arm's plastic. The barrel's polymer, but in here the magazine, you slid this little door forward, and it's a ramped bullpup design. It holds 38 rounds. It has an integrated trigger, so you pull that in. Safety's built in, and then the 12-gram would go in, you drop the 12 gram in the back, and you have a dual adjustable CO2 puncher. So you put the large piece in, and then you tighten the smaller one in, like so, and that would puncture the CO2. Pretty crazy.
John
Pretty fun.
John Jones in the live chat, you're dead to all of us. He says never watch Grease and no intention of it. If you don't know what Grease Lightning is,
Good
my
for
friend. Paul Posta in the live chat says Supernatural is a horrible show that I have to watch with my wife.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
Actually, I only say that because Jennifer Beattie Posta in Supernatural is also a good show.
Yeah, Supernatural is fantastic. At least the first 8 seasons or 9 seasons of it was
says
great.
15 seasons. What is Supernatural about? Or who's in it? Or
Gavin, have you been kidnapped? Are you okay? Blink twice if you're not.
yeah, what is Supernatural?
What is going on?
Well, you just claimed to love Supernatural. What is it?
No, it's good. It was originally apparently 2 brothers who were sort of born into a bloodline of monster hunters. So at least the first handful of seasons were folklore, and they would go and they would hunt these zombies or mythical creatures, and it was quite exceptional. And then the story, I guess, obviously was running out of plot lines, and things got a little weird. So.
Okay. Josh, are you still keeping up with the Kardashians?
I thought you said you never saw the Titanic.
Yeah.
There's 327 episodes of Supernatural.
I really appreciate Rain Man being here.
You know what?
Speaking of which, do you think if you watch Rain Man right now, it would hold up?
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
This is what I've been doing.
Nice. But would Rain Man hold up? Shawshank does.
Yes. So Shawshank is my all-time favorite movies.
How many of you are watching Gump to support Hanks in his trying times?
We almost watched Gump last night, but we watched some other, I don't know what it was, as a family movie, but we almost watched Forrest Gump.
We watched Back to the Future 2 nights ago. Finley and I got through that. It's one of her favorite movies.
And Jennifer Boston wants to know if anybody's bored enough to watch Grey's Anatomy.
Not a chance.
My wife watches Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, it's painful. I can't even be in the room with it. It's the same 6 people making out with the same 6 people. It depends on the night I come up who's married to who, but yes.
So it's like Friends.
I guess that's a good reference too. Didn't it end with Joey and Chandler? And
that's like Tiger King.
That sounds about right.
You're gonna ruin it.
Gavin, did you start watching Hunters again?
I did.
What did you think of Hunters?
Started off really great. So I've only got 1 episode in, so I'm really excited about continuing with it. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But
Parker and I are gonna watch it tonight.
Paul Poston says he agrees with Todd. He's going to be in the doghouse. He's going to have to watch everything from the garage continually now while his wife's on the couch. Oh boy. What about Ozark is back on? Who's going to continue to watch that? I gave up on the last season, but I know you guys are big Ozark fans, right?
So typically I give it, I don't hop into a show unless it has 3 seasons, and this is the 3rd coming up, so I'm excited about that.
Or 4th, isn't it?
This is the 3rd, I think.
3rd, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, the first season was awesome.
Have you watched it at all, Gavin Ozark?
Not at all, but I've heard good things. But clearly, I'm going to hear more because we've gone into Netflix talk this evening.
Whatever, we have paintball. I
recently signed up for Amazon Prime and discovered that Top Gear is on there, so I'm going to be busy for a while.
The Top Gear is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
This is why we're all here.
Is it on Amazon Prime to watch Top Gear?
Yeah, and this.
Yeah. I've watched all the Comedians in Cars with Coffee, and I've watched them again. But those are those things that you can put on and rewind at night and not have to worry about it, right?
If there was only 3 movies on that you could watch, I would watch. It would be all 3 Bourne movies, or
4.
The first 2 Bourne. 4 Bourne
5.
movies.
5 Bourne movies, because I like the one without Jason Bourne, whatever his name
Jeremy, what's his name?
Yeah, I think that's one of the better ones. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I would say it's one of the better ones. And Jason Bourne, I would say Shawshank, Joe, I would add to that collection. Like if I was stuck on a desert island, Shawshank would be one of them. Pulp Fiction used to be, but I can't watch it anymore. It used to be. I used to really enjoy that. Would also be a good movie if you can only bring like 5 or 6 DVDs to a desert island. Or sorry, VHS.
Well, you probably want to bring some electricity.
Yeah, and a generator.
No point staring at the covers of them.
All right, we're watching you guys in the live chat. Post one movie. That would be a movie that you would watch over and over and over. One movie. And I bet you we're not going to see a Star Wars in there. I bet you it's all going to be like... Josh, what's going to be your one movie? Oh, before you answer, Usual Suspects is another one I would have a hard time with.
I would maybe
Gavin's smirking about something.
If I couldn't say like Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead, maybe Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead's good. Parker, see if Shaun of the Dead's on Netflix. Or
It's
on Amazon.
you would
for
like
sure.
that.
It's on Amazon Prime.
For
What?
sure.
Sure.
Robert Hansen says Ballad of Buster Scruggs. The hell is Ballad of Buster Scruggs? Is that...
That's the newest Quentin Tarantino one.
I don't know,
Oh,
when Lynn Johnson wins for me, Office Space.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so much yes.
I'm going to have to go back and write some of these down because there's a bunch... I just sound like Letterkenny. Writes them down. Write them down so I can watch them. But yeah, that's a good
if
one.
you got to get stuck on an island, you might as well watch lots of movies.
All right, Shelley Crook says Moana and Frozen. Come on, Shelley. Really?
Hard no.
Let it go. Let it go. Bobby Dukes. George, hey, if I hear you watching Bobby Dukes more than a couple of times, I tried to watch Ricky Bobby last night. I introduced her to my daughter, and she found none of it funny at all, and it was like, all right, good. So he turned it off. But George Hay says Fifth Element. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis. He's in that other Christmas movie.
I don't think it's an over and over and over watch.
Ooh, Lorenzo Wade says The Drunken Master.
Mazda?
Master. Was it a 323 or a 626, or was it a protege?
RX-7.
Yeah. My one movie is 300, says
Sakes.
Devin Schwartz. And the Boondock Sakes. You know what? I have never seen Boondock Sakes. Should I?
I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Watch the first one, but don't worry about the second one.
What
Okay,
about
so
American
what's
History X, too? Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's a good one.
Love that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So, yes. So shut up and just mute your mic. So question is, I know a lot of teams do this either before an event. What is the go-to movie for your team? How do you guys get yourself motivated or pumped before you take the field, or as an individual?
Commando.
Is there certain shows that you guys watch or movies before you get to an event just to pump you up? Post it in the chat right now. I'm really curious about what you do. What's your routine
For me, it's Commando, because I bought a rubber skill saw blade that I want to throw and see if I can maim somebody. That's the best scene in that movie. But how does he shoot 1,000 people in the middle of nowhere, hiding behind palm tree fronds every once in a while, and not get shot once? It's believable.
I don't know.
That's the magic.
Well, he did have he had face paint on, so he's fine.
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to read the comment again from Shelley Crook. Stop it. Move on. That's not going to get you pumped for anything.
I have to say Moana is probably one of the best Disney movies if I had to sit through one. I don't mind that one. I like The Rock in it. His character's quite good. Bill Barnes says Red Dawn, LOL. You redeemed yourself with the LOL on there. Here's the question. First one or second one? What's the better one?
First one, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
There's a second one? No.
Well, it's a remake of it, but
No.
Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey.
I thought he'd be bigger.
What's wrong with you? But yes.
Roadhouse is a good movie. Robert Hansen says Die Hard. Billy Keats says any John Wick movie. And Lee Williams, it's called Rambo Style. Yeah. Richard Nutt says Gran Torino. That's a movie I haven't seen yet. It's Gran Torino.
Gran Torino's good. If you want to get into that, Bullet's one of the best car chase scenes ever.
Yeah. Roger Weaver may agree with, or Joe may agree with Roger Weaver with Condor Man.
What are you, crazy? I just saw that. Like, Like, now you're trying to make this show ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it right now.
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot. Nothing trumps the original Red Dawn. Oh, come on. I would say paint drying on the wall would trump Red Dawn. Either the first or the second one.
I know it's not speedball related, Todd, but you know what? It's pretty damn cool.
No, it's not. Come on. How many times have you watched Red Dawn? It's an okay movie. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
The only thing that could be slightly drier than the original Red Dawn is watching an ultra extended cut of Apocalypse Now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the
Oh, we didn't talk about Apocalypse Now. That is a good movie. That's very well done. Also, The Godfather.
Okay, I know Joe's mic is muted right now, but I don't know what the hell he's cooking up meth or something.
Yeah. Like
No, my
raw
neighbor.
honey
My neighbor
or-
just texted me and wanted to know if we had any dry mustard, which we do, and then you can't see it. It's Keen's mustard.
I thought it was a
And
bag of
then
weed he had.
and she wanted a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of dry mustard, and put it in a Ziploc baggie. And then Parker was going to run it over and leave it on her doorstep. That's what we're coming to, guys and girls. Is normally you would just go to your neighbor's house and say, "Do you have this?" And you would just give it to them. But in this new world, or the new normal, you send a text, you prepare the small whatever you need, your neighbor needs, and you take it over and you put it on their doorstep, where they come over and get it from you. That's the new norm. Like when we drop bread off at Corey and Todd's house, we leave it in a bag on the porch, wave and scurry away.
So, Joe, you're a mustard pimp right now. Is that what you're saying?
I am. I've got some Keen's mustard, and it's
the mustard
pretty,
king of Cambridge.
I'm the mustard king. I'm actually going to marry this.
Right.
And I'll marry the bottle of Perrier and the mustard. I will have a
It's
mustard
time to be
Saint
alive.
Pardon? It's a good time to be alive.
Time to
Oh,
be alive
no.
and quality programming on a Saturday night right,
That's right.
here, folks.
Speaking of quality programming, George, hey, says Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Iron Eagle and Iron Eagle 2, says Ryan McGee. Yeah. Platoon or Hamburger Hill, says Lorenzo Wade. And Full Metal
Platoon.
Jacket.
Platoon.
Yeah.
We Were Soldiers was on the other night. That's with Mel Gibson. That's the
That was a good
actual
movie.
story version of Hamburger Hill.
I don't know that I would rewatch it again, but I remember watching that and thinking that was a good movie when I was done.
It was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's in it. It's pretty.
Okay, name a movie that you either went to the theater or watched and wish you had your time back.
Oh, I was on TV the other night. Miller's Crossing.
I've never seen that one.
We went to
It was
see that
really
in
interesting.
Waterloo at the theater, man, and we left, and I've never left out of a movie. There's something wrong with that movie.
What about Very Bad Things? I didn't mind it, but
No,
Sean
that's-
thought it was
based
the
on a
worst.
true story, man. That's awesome.
That's a brilliant movie. I loved
So
it.
well done, friend. You know what we're talking
It was
about.
fantastic. It was fantastic. Yes, I loved it.
Yeah.
The one I thought was absolutely terrible and actually ended up leaving was that Cabin Fever
Yeah.
horror movie.
Oh,
We had
boy.
gone to the pub next door to the movie theater, had a couple of pints before we went in, and it was so full. We were in the second or third row from the front. It was awful, and it was just disgusting. And I got up and I was like, I'm going back to the pub.
Yeah. What about the Blair Witch Project? That was one of those movies that was done for $20,000, but it actually wasn't too bad.
It was fucking terrible.
It was. Watch your language, but it was okay.
Why? Like anybody watching this right now?
Yeah, I'm just teasing.
Do you know what else? A
Um,
good Vietnam movie filmed like the Blair Witch Project was called 84 Charlie Mopik, and it's on.
Thank
You
you, my
can
friend.
find it on YouTube. Is a great Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you turned me on to that. I think before I started working for you, it was required. It was almost like a part of the training. So I appreciated watching that, and I'm glad you can find it on YouTube right now. Because that was sort of the rogue sort of documentary style picture. And it sort of captured a little bit about what the Vietnam LERP experience was.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
I have to interrupt. Bill Barnes has a comment on the screen. He says, what about Tears of the Sun was good? No, it should have been called Tears of Boredom. Tears of the Sun was the most terrible.
I liked it.
No, come on. Joe, back me up on this. It was Tears of Boredom.
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
It
was like a
wasn't
war
great.
movie. it's a war movie. It's good. Like Good Morning Vietnam was good, and it's done. Like there's so many of these guys that have grown up.
Good Morning Vietnam wasn't a war movie. It was a good movie. It was a comedy.
But it took place during the Vietnam campaign. It wasn't actually a war. It was a police action.
Yeah.
The best movie to take place in Vietnam, hands down, no argument whatsoever, is clearly Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Zuby, you win. Absolutely, Zuby. I would agree.
Yeah. What about Devin Schwartz? Says Act of Valor was an amazing movie.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
And then
I agree.
Jennifer Beatty Poston says the best war movie was Dumb and Dumber. Maybe not war movie, but
I don't know who's in the garage tonight, either you or your husband, but I think we could do a poll on BTB and see if we can get you regulated there.
Funny.
That's funny. Yeah.
Could probably watch a few more rounds of 13 Hours as well.
13 Hours of Benghazi, very good movie. Black Hawk Down.
Oh, a horrible movie that I wish I got my money back for. Not Back to the Future 1 or 2, but 3.
Is that the Wild West one?
Sure was. Don't give it away for anyone that doesn't.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I forgot to tell you guys? I've been meaning to tell you this all day long.
Something about the moon and the sun and maybe an eclipse.
Yeah, Planet Eclipse, guys. Did you know that they are creators of the most incredible tournament paintball markers, soft goods, and gear? They have the winningest paintball markers in paintball. And then now, guys, the innovators in mechanical actions like the M170R and the MG100 MagFed. Marvel. Check them out, guys.
Enola Gay is the world's leading manufacturer of smoke grenades, thunderflash, and airsoft grenades for use in theater, film, and of course photography. Pull a pin on an EG at your next event. #PopSmoke.
And Arabs are proudly made in the USA. Their thick beveled seam, stainless steel hardware, multiple color options, and layouts are available. 2020 is here. Get your field shipping now and ask about full color printing and custom logo options.
What's in front of your screen? What's
Customize your next field with Arabs.
Yeah, Ruthless Paintball Products caters to both professional players and weekend warriors. They have set a new level of paintball playing apparel. And now you can head over to their website and use our promo code BTB15 for 15% off.
And more than just swabs and pads, Exalt is a way of life. Available at discerning retailers, field shops, and shows. It is tournament-ready, battle-proven Exalt.
In the beginning, you fell out of a tree, you stumbled down a rocky cliff, you wade chest deep through a mosquito-infested bog. Then you realize you're surrounded. It's party time. You own a Tippmann. Now combine Empire, JT, Tippmann, and V-Force. You get the world's largest distributor of everything paintball and GI Sports.
DLX Technology, guys, is the manufacturer of the Lux paintball marker, as well as great products such as the SP Shocker, the GOG Enemy, and the Freak Barrel Kits. A longtime manufacturer of paintball gear, they have the product that you can trust. And the product is outstanding. Go to your local retail store and put some in your hand.
Oh. For over 50 years, Altama has proudly carried militaries from across the globe through every challenging environment, including malls, jungles, deserts, and urban battle zones. Make Altama your next paintball, airsoft, or everyday shoot. Look for Altama Original SWAT and First Tactical at a leading retailer near you.
Not all ninjas wear black. With advanced colorways, coatings, adjustable regulators, remote lines, fill stations, hydro testing, and so much more, Ninja products have what it takes to keep you in the front and always in the game. And do not forget, they are made in America.
Thank you to all of our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. If it wasn't for them, you guys would be listening to something more entertaining. What about Catch-22 was a good war series, says George Hay.
What was that again?
It was a war movie.
Oh, thank you.
Ryan McGee says, you shut your whore mouth, Todd. You will not disparage Back to the Future. I will disparage Back to the Future 3. 1 and 2 was awesome. And what about Catch Me If You Can? That's a movie I could watch on repeat. I have a real bad thing for what's-his-face?
Catch-22 is
Leonardo. I think I have a man crush on Leonardo because
apparently that's quite disgusting.
Jake Burrito says American Sniper.
Yes, quite good. Good job.
If we're moving off war movies, I could probably watch The Big Short.
Oh, I've been watching that on. Yeah, that's.
Okay, I tried, gentlemen. I tried to bring this paintball related. I asked what movies do you watch?
Shame.
Um,
Shame. Shame.
what does we go right here? You know what? We're talking movies, so you know what I like.
But you know what? The Big Short, in Zooey's defense, is a brilliant movie. When they interview the stripper, like everything about that movie is well done. I really like that.
And it's true.
And
It's a true story.
Ryan McGee wants to clarify. He says, I think Todd's confusing Back to the Future 3 with Teen Wolf. Yes, it could be.
It is quite possible.
Isn't the same guy in the war movie too? What's it called? That who's in Back to the Future?
Shoot.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. He's in a war movie too.
Lorenzo Wade said someone grabbed Gavin Sharma beer already, but Roger Weaver.
Jacket, right?
Roger Weaver's going to get banned. He says best movie ever, Tremors.
You know what?
You know what? It's okay.
I'm tired of you, Roger. Just log off right now. But make sure you like and share first.
They're called, what are they called? Spazoids? What did they call them in the movie at the very
Why
end?
do you care? Why
Who even remembers?
Because I watched it twice.
We watched Tremors before recent. Casualties of War was the Michael J. Fox movie.
Oh, Lone Survivor. I have not.
Lone Survivor's good.
Fantastic and really disturbing movie, Casualties of War.
Yeah, that's. There's a scene like that in Platoon as well.
Was Lone Survivor a good movie?
Yes,
It was great. I loved
Wahlberg.
it.
And if you talk about one of the best movies, one of the 10 best actual factual type movies, and Lone Survivor is in the top 10.
Okay.
For
What
battle
about
scenes?
Jonathan Jeremiah Jones in the chat says Enemy at the Gates was a fantastic movie. That was when the sniper went after the sniper, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah. Uncle Buck on repeat, says Lisa Weeper. There you go. Black Hawk Down, Richard.
Oh, sure.
That wasn't
I get
actually a
shit
bad
when I
movie.
talk about war movies.
Black Hawk Down is good.
Memphis Bell says Adam Picard. We haven't seen the Peanut in a while.
No, you'll see him this year. He wants to come out and play again.
Ryan McGee for the win. Graboids. That's what they were called. Graboids.
Please try to keep some focus here.
All right. Well, then Richard Knott says, love John Wick. I've been watching on YouTube a lot of John Wick training videos where Keanu was at the range trying to better his time and all these other people that were training with him. Wowee. That guy, I will give credit. It's not just movie trickery. He's getting pretty good.
So, I on that note, I watched John Wick 3 the other night, and I have to say I was severely disappointed in the female character in the third one. What's her name? Rose? That's her actual name?
Yeah.
Hi.
The one that signs everything. What a terrible character. It's so anticlimactic. What are you laughing at? Did I pull a joke?
No.
No, something else. I'm muting my mic.
And what was I going to say? That dog. If it wasn't for that stupid dog, none of that John Wick nonsense would have happened. Right? Okay. Every movie was involving his dog, right?
That's true.
The dog was his connection to his wife.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Right?
Dwayne King says best Western was Tombstone. What was the Western?
No, the good, the bad, and the ugly is still the best.
What's that?
What was the movie where...
The good, the bad, the ugly.
No, I think Tombstone. I think Dwayne King, the real bag of chips, and he is the real one. I would agree.
But what's the movie where the one fellow came out and put a gun to his head and said, stop or the guy gets it? The N-word guy gets it. It was a Mel Blanc movie.
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. Now that's a movie. I know it's...
Okay, so that's a brilliant movie, but even Mel said they couldn't even shoot that movie now. So it was a different time politically.
No.
But you know what? As a person of color, I respect the art form and the commentary of what was going on at the time too. So although they couldn't get away with it right now because it's not politically correct, it did speak on multiple levels and made people smile. I mean, comedy is a great source to break through barriers.
Yeah.
Like, look at us. There's nothing serious about us.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping we're breaking through some barriers. But
hey,
Dwayne, some people some levity in your night.
Dwayne King says, I've never seen the Gremlins. Dwayne King's never seen the Gremlins or E.T. I don't think he needs to. At this point, all the social references are gone for those movies, especially Gremlins. But, Michael Fisher says the best movie ever was Where's the White Women At? Maybe not so much.
Precisely, yes. Like, I'm glad you appreciate it. I'm glad people have seen it, but it's you have to look at any of these movies or references within the lens of the culture and
Yes.
how it is.
Yeah. Devin Shorts was mentioning a Chuck Norris movie. Have you seen the meme going around yet about how Chuck Norris had the COVID-19, but I can't remember how it goes, but now
Chuck
COVID-19 has
COVID.
Chuck Norris, yeah.
Oh, no, Chuck Norris caught COVID-19. COVID-19 is now quarantining itself for 14 days.
That's right. Oh, George Hay, History of the World Part 1. Yes, I'll give him that. And Robert Henson, Spaceballs.
Fantastic.
We've been out here in the desert all day combing. We ain't found shit.
So, you know what?
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yes. So both George and the last gentleman, we have to hang out some more.
Yeah.
And the big, on an air up screen, maybe at the field, and just do some of these movies out there.
All right. So this year, I want to have a movie night in my backyard as I normally do in the summer. What movie am I playing?
We saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh,
What a horrible movie.
It's a great movie.
we saw Anchorman.
Anchorman. was
Yeah,
great.
there we go. Joe, you had sent me a message, but I can't. It shows
I
up
said
on the
everybody.
screen. There we go.
From me
Hopefully,
to everyone.
there we go. We're breaking the fourth wall. We're letting people know what program we're using.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. Sling Blade. There's another one. Oh, The Princess Bride, Bill Barnes. There's another movie that you'd put in that sort of one DVD set.
Well, why, Bill? Is that just to get attention? Is that what you want right now?
I'll admit, I don't mind that. I don't mind. Andre the Giant. Some.
I would agree, but is that the movie you're going to take with you on a desert island? Is that what gets your team pumped before you go out? As you wish.
Inconceivable. Yeah, The Big
It's
Lebowski's
funny-
something I've
it's
never
funnier
seen.
for me because I've never seen it.